What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is 90 Day Fiancé Season 8, Episode 14. So, we we have Stephanie and Ryan slash Harris, I guess, at this point. Ain't nobody heard from Ryan. Ryan mama even done called down to Stephanie's job trying to find out if she's heard from Ryan. So Stephanie calls in to check in, at her office and see if everything is okay. And they were like, yeah, Ryan mama been calling us. And she was like, girl, just block her. Block her. Block the whole damn family because I'm over it. I'm over them and I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not going through this with them. They did the flashback of when the mom had stopped speaking to her. Now, Harris and Stephanie didn't sleep together that first night. She had him sleep on the couch and she slept upstairs, and he was like, I'm cool with that, I'm fine. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I really care about Stephanie. And so she tells him, well, Harris, you go and you plan something for us and don't worry about the money. Money is no object. Give me a couple of hours to get myself together and money is no object. And so he plans this beautiful, dinner out on a cabana overlooking the water, and he's got her favorite wine, and then she getting him drunk. Talking about something, go ahead and pour it, and don't pour one of those little shishi glasses of wine. You pour me a full glass of wine and pour yourself one too, and let's just order up another bottle. I said, yeah, it ain't gonna be no sleeping on the couch tonight. And that's exactly what happened. They ended up sleeping together that night, honey, And she says, I want to call my psychic. I want her to be able to look into your eyes because, the one thing I'm worried about is this baby mama situation. I'm really worried. She brings it up at dinner. Now she gonna start harping on this baby mama situation the same way she kept harping on Ryan about him cheating on her. And he told her, listen. She put me out. We're done. It's over. I mean, it's always been, I want to make a good life for my family. I'm going to always take care of my children. She's going, but as far as the relationship, listen, she don't want to deal with me no more. Like, the relationship is over. She don't want to deal with me. And I always find that leery because he never said, I don't want to deal with her. He said, she put me out. She's done with me. So that kind of makes me feel like, but are you done with her? Because, see, that's my question. Okay, she put you out and she's done with you, but are you done with her? So then we had, she called the psychic, and the psychic is, talking to him and asking him questions, and the psychic asked him about the baby mama too, and evidently his answer made her feel good, and she said, I feel like you guys can be good together. I see some great things. I feel a good vibe off of you, a good spirit. And Stephanie asked him about, coming to America. And he said, I want to take care of Stephanie. I want to be there for her. I want to clean her, work her yard. And I know I can make a good life for myself in America and make a better way for me and my kids and he kept saying my family. He would say my kids, and then he would say my family. Me and my kids, my family. Well, is the baby mama part of the family, or you talking about your mama and them? Who you talking about when you say family? Because he was clear to say his kids, and then he would say, and my family. What family you talking about? Like, are you and Ryan playing this game? Are y'all running the game? Y'all figured out that she was running out of steam with Ryan, and so here come Harris to the rescue, and y'all gonna be playing this game, and you gonna be taking care of the whole family like Ryan was taking care of the whole family? Like, what's really going on here? Okay? I don't trust none of them because I already know that Stephanie's intentions are not pure. Okay, I already told y'all that I feel some kind of way about Stephanie in this whole situation. I put my finger on it and I don't want to put a label on it, but I got my eyes on it. And Harris, I don't trust you. I don't trust Ryan. I don't trust Ryan mama. I don't trust your baby mama. Hell, at this point, I don't even think I trust the churn. Okay? But my prediction is that next season, Stephanie and Harris are going to be trying to get this visa for him to come to America, okay? Okay, we're gonna see. Let's go ahead and knock out Rebecca and Zaid, okay? So, we know that Zaid has said very clearly, either we're gonna get married before Ramadan or what's gonna be a problem. Rebecca is not feeling it. She doesn't want to do it. Something in her spirit is telling her that this is not right. Everything, these omens keep happening. She lost her engagement ring, and Zaid could care less, honey. He was too busy sitting on the couch. They finally done put the furniture in the house. They got a couch. They got the whole place set up, and it looks decent, you know. But he was sitting there playing his little video games with his headphones on, child. Now, here's how you know there's a problem, at least in my mind. He bought you this beautiful engagement ring. He proposed to you in Morocco. You said it was the most romantic thing any man has ever done for you. And when you told him you had lost your ring, he could care less. I have never met a man that don't care that his wife done lost their engagement ring, especially before the wedding. Hell, my cousin been married for damn near 30 years, and she panicked when she couldn't find her wedding ring because she knew her husband was going to lose it. 30 years. I don't know. So Rebecca ends up leaving. She's upset. She said that she feel like this is an omen. She ends up leaving, and she ends up going to her daughter's house. Her daughter had hurt her leg, and she went over there to check on her daughter, and she said, you know, my daughter hurt her leg, but I really feel like she low-key wanted me to come over so she could talk to me about the Zaid situation. And, you know, they had an honest conversation about it, and basically that's what it boiled down to was, are you really sure about this? And she says, listen, I'm not. Like, I feel like I'm being forced into something. I feel like that he's putting a lot of pressure on me. And she told him, listen, we can't afford for you to move out during Ramadan. And he said, okay, well, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I done already said what's going to happen. If we can't afford to move out, if we can't, he said, I'll live with your daughter. She said, you can't live with my daughter. They just moved. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you because I've already been very clear. You know, what do you want me to do? And so he asked her, well, what is your solution? She said, well, you keep asking me what my solution is. I told you what my solution is for us to wait till after Ramadan. Girl, then she said, So you a good Muslim during Ramadan, but the rest of the year don't matter. It don't matter about you fornicating, cursing, eating, whatever you want to eat, talking how you want to talk. We can live together the rest of the year, but that 1 month during Ramadan, we can't do none of that. Y'all, Zaid looked at her like, I mean, was that supposed to make me mad? Was that supposed to get me upset? I don't know what you want me to tell you, Rebecca. The answer is yes. That's the answer, Rebecca. Yes. During Ramadan, this is what it's going to be. Okay? So, listen, she tried to get her wedding dress. The wedding dress wouldn't fit. It's just not feeling right to her. So, I don't know what's going to happen. They're going to go back to the little cabin that they visited. You know, they trying to get this done. She's got like 6 days to get it done. Y'all, it's going to be a whole mess. I feel like it's just going to be a whole mess. Yeah, okay. Jovi and Yama. Y'all already know what happened. He came home late from the strip club. She was mad. He hadn't packed. He smelled like alcohol. She was pissed off. So that morning, when they got ready to leave, she's in a phone. And she talking about something. She ready to just get on the plane and go back to the Ukraine. Like, she is just not happy. She is ready to go to the Ukraine. She is over it. She is over Jovi. Then she said, I call myself being nice and telling Jovi that he can invite his parents to the wedding after I really didn't want nobody there. And he done invited his whole little crew. I didn't say all them could come. So now all of these people are coming to Vegas who I didn't really want to be there. And Jovi done pissed me off. And she is literally in the airport crying, talking about something. She's ready to just get on a plane and go back to the Ukraine. Like, she's just over it. She's over it. She's over Jovi. She doesn't appreciate the way he treats her. She feels like, he's just disrespectful with the way he treats her. And he's just over it. He's just over it. So we'll see how that work out, honey. Hazel and Tariq. Listen, Hazel and Tariq are still fighting. They are still fighting. And they end up going out to lunch with his friend. And I can respect his friend because she could pick up on the vibe. They were hardly speaking. The wedding is supposed to be in a couple of days. And they could barely look at each other, much less look like they were happy and excited about getting ready to get married. And he says, well, they tell her, the friend says, like, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. And he tells the friend what happened. And the friend took Hazel's side. And she said, listen, here's what you need to understand. Because something else had happened. It was a friend of his that they had never met in real life, but she had been texting him, and Hazel told him to tell her to stop, and I guess either she didn't or he didn't tell her to stop. And he said, well, so she picked up the phone and she told him, basically, told the girl to stop texting him. And now he's talking about something. He's embarrassed, and that's embarrassing, and how could he do that to her? And his friend was like, oh, no, sir, you wrong in this. This is going to be your wife. It is your job to make sure that your wife is as comfortable as possible. You have to understand that you can't do the things you used to do. See, here's the reality of the situation. And I think a lot of people get this twisted, men and women, but I think more so men than women. But women get it twisted too. You can't live the same way married that you lived single. And sometimes everybody can't go with you. Everybody can't be that friend. You can be, you have a friend and y'all were friends your whole life or however much it was, and there was some flirting going on there, or y'all might have crossed the lines a few times or two. If that relationship, knowing the history of it, makes your significant other uncomfortable, then you have either got to nip it in the bud, or that person just might not be able to move into that new chapter with you. And I know that's not what we want to hear, but I can appreciate that his friend said that, and that his friend told Tariq, listen, it is now your job to make sure she is as comfortable as possible. And you were wrong. Now, Tariq don't feel like he was wrong. He still don't feel like he was wrong. But here's what he did, and I can respect this. Even though he still don't necessarily feel he was wrong, he apologized to Hazel, and he made it right. He had a whole little dinner. They had little strawberries with little melted chocolate, and they were outside. He put on his little powder blue suit, which I wish he would burn that. But he put the suit on, and he apologized to her. And it was sincere, and she believed him, and she believed he meant it. And he even said, when it comes to the girlfriend situation with us bringing a third party into this, I'm going to leave that to her. Because at the end of the day, she has to be comfortable with the situation. So I'm going to leave that up to her. That is her situation to handle. Was it Amira and Andrew? She is in Croatia. And listen, I forgot all about this, but while she was there, honey, they was having riots and civil unrest and all kinds of other stuff. So on top of COVID, she said that she just hears police sirens and ambulance and stuff all night long. She said, and I don't even hear from Andrew. He ain't calling me. He ain't checking on me. I know he has to work, but he talking about it's going to feel like a 2-week vacation. No, sir. You had a 2-week vacation down to the Mexico getting back massages and going to steakhouses and shit. She is not having a vacation. She said the hotel's supposed to have room service, but because of COVID and because of the rise, it ain't no room service, so she got to go out to go find food every day. And they were showing footage of the streets and all of the graffiti and all of like the trash and stuff like that, and the grocery stores are half empty, and it's just really bad. Then we see Andrew calling talking to his mom. No, then they had a phone call and they got to talking about kids. And what she said to him was, I don't know when I'm going to be ready to have children. And she said, that's up to you. That's up to you. First of all, I don't think it's up to him. That ain't his decision. He don't get the final word on when you want to have children. That ain't his decision. But either way, she said, no, that's up to you. That's up to you. That's up to you. And he said, well, you keep saying it's up to me, but I'm not hearing, like, are you ready to have children? And he's ready to have children, like, as soon as she get there. And I feel like what she's trying to say to him is, it's going to depend on how things go with us. Like, of course, I'm hoping for the best, but God forbid this doesn't work out. I don't want to jump into us having children until we really are around each other and we really get to know each other, and we are, we know whether this is going to work and whether we're going to like each other in the long run. he's talking to his mom. Now, the 2 weeks is up. She is literally supposed to be getting, he's literally supposed to be getting on the plane to head there, and he hasn't heard from her. And he's talking to his mom, and he's like, this is making me feel a little bit weird. This is making me feel a little bit awkward. I'm not quite sure, what's going on here, because this was supposed to already happen, and I haven't gotten a message or a text saying I'm at the airport or I'm on the plane. He was like, I don't know. And so Amira basically is on her way to the airport, and she was like, I need to make a decision. I'm really nervous. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't know, which way I'm going to go. If I'm going to go left, if I'm going to go right, if I'm going back to France, if I'm going to America. And she's really feeling some kind of way. So we're going to see what decision she makes. I feel like the season is winding down. I feel like we winding down. Oh, okay. Last but not least, child. Mike and Natalie. So they getting ready to get married. The last episode he proposed, and she only has a few days left on her visa. So they're going to, because of COVID, they have to have a small intimacy. It's just going to be the neighbor, probably his uncle, and the two of them. She's, of course, she's upset because her mom can't come, and she's calling her mom. She called her friends, and, just talking about how excited she is and everything. And her and Mike had this little dinner where they were like, we really wish that we could have like a bachelor party, whatever. He does like this whole, Mike dance on her, and it's cute. It was a cute moment. And then, wait a minute, something else happened. Oh, the borders are closed going into the Ukraine, so that's another reason why her mother can't come, because she can't even get a flight. Then, next thing you know, we see her crying and upset. And we see her call the lady at the dress shop and tell her the wedding's off, that her fiance has called the wedding off. And she said, I really don't want to talk to you about it. Because the woman's trying to give her words of encouragement and all of that. And telling her, well, y'all will work it out. And she was like, no, we're not. This is it. I can't forgive him for this. We're not working nothing out. It's it. It's over. It's a wrap. Now, Mike got cold feet. He changed his mind. He couldn't go through with it. We don't really see Mike's version of it. We don't see any of this from Mike's perspective. We only see her. And we see the neighbor come in. The older woman, she said, Mike is taking stuff out of my car. I'm going to give you a ride to the airport. Mike is, he went to the bank, I guess, to go get the money or transfer money so he could buy her a plane ticket back home. She don't even know how she going to get home because the borders are closed. She said, no, I'm not going to call my mother. What I'm going to tell my mother? That I'm literally about to get on a plane. I'm going to fly to somewhere in Europe, and I don't know where I'm going to be or how I'm going to get home because the borders are closed. She's like, no, I'm not going to worry my mother until I figure it all out. But I know what I'm not going to do is spend another night in this house. I can't do it. I want to go home today. I want to get on a flight to somewhere now. The only thing we got was the neighbors talked to the cameras and basically said that, Mike woke up that morning and he just couldn't go through with it. And, because she only has 3 days left in the country, it's not like she has a lot of options. Like, it's not like it's like, well, let's work on it. We're just going to push the wedding back. It's do or die. Like, what you going to do? And, the neighbor was really nice. You could tell. She said Mike cried. Everybody cried. No one was happy about it. But you also have to sort of respect Mike for making the best decision for him, So that's kind of what it was, y'all. That was the episode. Again, I feel like we sort of winding things down. So we'll see what ends up happening next week. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Leave it in the comments. Peace.